Hello, good people. Thanks for joining me again. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Ann, and on my channel, I review foreign shows. You know what I usually say, right? We travel around the world sitting on our couches. How fun is that? You never know which country we're gonna end up next. Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ann, and on my channel I review foreign international content. But once in a while we do get a show that is just international. And I have to say, Inventing Anna is one of those shows. Oh my goodness. You know what's crazy is I had heard about this story a while back. I think 2020 may have done the story, the documentary. You know, I saw The Real Anna and I thought, what did she do? Like, that is just crazy. So I am not surprised that they made a series about this girl, because my word. And then I have to say, I'm so glad it's Shonda Rhimes that is doing the story on Netflix, because we all know Shonda will bring and give you a good story that just keeps you hooked, and she always, pushes that to the end, right? So I was like, oh, the fact that Shonda is doing the story, I want to watch. But anyway, for anybody who haven't heard, it's called Inventing Anna. Her name is Anna Delvey. That's how she's known, but apparently we found out she had a different name and she changed her last name, right? And the story is told of Anna. I believe her parents are from Russia. They moved to Germany, and I think when she's 15, and their parents live there, and Anna comes to United States, and she starts saying that she is a German heiress. And so everybody in New York starts to believe it, because this girl is so good at the way she talks. She knows her brands. She knows the socialite life, right? Like the wine and the most popular places that rich people go, that there was nobody who could not believe it. I mean, watching her in the show, they do a good job of how convincing Anna was. And Anna had done her homework. I mean, even her dad, I believe, says when she was younger, she would read these magazines, Vanity Fair, Vogue. So she really knew her stuff, right? So that's why she was able to go as far as she did. Really, what Anna did was she inserted herself in the socialite world of the rich people, had no money, and was able to survive for a long time until she was found out. But in the way that she did it was incredible and impeccable. I mean, the fact that, let's just say, the girl did her homework. And you know what's interesting is she's a smart girl. And as I was watching the whole series, I kept on thinking, my God, if only you had used it for good, you would have been fine, right? But she was so insistent on being in the social life, in the, being with the rich and being rich, that she was willing to do anything. And when you listen to the whole story, it almost seems like her issues stemmed from being bullied, I guess, in high school, and clearly had daddy issues. And I don't think we got the whole full story of what really happened between her and her dad. Although we do see when they do when the reporter goes to see her parents, they're like normal parents, right? Normal parents. But the way, it was impressive, the way she was able to, first of all, she dated a guy who was very rich and tells him that my trust fund hasn't matured yet, so I don't have a lot of access to money. So the boyfriend is like, that's okay, So they would go to these elegant, beautiful places with yachts and private jets and all that stuff, and she didn't even have a cent to her name. And he believed her, like, she's an heiress. And she definitely, I think what sold it is how she knew how to carry herself like a rich person. She knew things like art and expensive wine. Like, if you order, I don't know, 1953, that kind of a wine, she knew all that stuff. So she had definitely done her homework. But what was very interesting is when the reporter started to do her story, and it starts off with her just being like, what a crook of a girl, who she is, da, da, da. And as the series progressed, and this reporter is going in deep in this story, and she starts to love Anna. It was the power of Anna, of how she just sucks people into her life, and you almost feel like you owe her something, even when you don't. You're like, do I owe her something? Same thing with her lawyer. He took the case. She didn't even pay any money, like a retainer or anything. He figured, let me do this story. Maybe that will put me out there. I mean, and the way he got involved, I mean, he's almost close to a divorce because his wife never sees him. It was crazy how she could just suck people in. Her friend, the black girl, was always ride or die. Even when Anna is being accused of, you're paying your debts, you don't have the money, she was like, no, I think Anna is still a German heiress who's, has a lot of money. And it wasn't until I think at the end when she finally saw the light, but the whole time she's just ride or die. And then the character of Rachel, I thought was interesting. And by the way, who loved the fact that Shonda brought a lot of the actors from Scandal? It was so good to see some of them on there. It was so nice because we all love them in Scandal, right? So she's playing Rachel, and they go to this beautiful resort in Morocco, and then obviously Anna can't pay, and then she ends up using her credit card. Not only did she not use her credit card, but she also used her work card to pay the charge, because they were, it looked scary, like they could have ended up in jail. The Muslim countries don't play, okay? So you go to Dubai or Morocco, make sure you follow their rules. Otherwise, they're very, very strict, right? So she was scared and just gave the cards. But what was interesting is she thought she had a case because Anna would not pay the money back. But it was interesting how they were like, well, if you are in the vacation and you are also enjoying the vacation, and the fact that you used your own card, she didn't make you, nobody put a gun to your head, almost like she didn't have a case, right? That was crazy. And then obviously she wised up and sold her story to Vanity Fair or whoever would buy the story so she could make money to pay off the debt. And then obviously you have to keep watching to see how she's involved with making Anna get caught up with the law. But what an excellent series. The fact that it happened in real life is crazy. It goes to show how as human beings we're so gullible. I mean, she even tricked this guy who is in like one of these big banks in New York, who was about to give us $60 million. And just because she had connections and so called to say, I know Anna. Yeah, Anna is good, because what Anna did is making sure that she was in those circles of these rich people, and they got to know her name and could vouch for her. So the fact that she could say, I know so-and-so and so, I know so-and-so, a lot of doors opened for her, right? Like, it was just crazy that can be possible when you have no money. It was crazy, interesting story. Like, it goes to show, don't believe everything you see on Instagram, people. Don't believe everything you see on Instagram. And then, you have to watch, I think it's already out there, that she was arrested. She got 12 years of a sentencing. And then I believe right now she was arrested by the ICE, immigration department, because I think the plan is to deport her back to Germany. But just to think about that, she was able to go that far. She wanted to buy this or lease this huge, prestigious building in New York. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, she could have gone away with it. And then it makes you wonder, is there people like that who've actually gotten away with it? But she just sold the Instagram picture and stating it with confidence and doing her homework and knowing those socialite people, and was able to just go all the way to the top. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Wow. Anyway, I wanted to jump on here and say, you have to watch this. It is so interesting. And the lengths in the way she'd get herself out of those, hotels. She go in hotels she can't pay. The one time she was in a California hotel, she makes it look it was suicide, and really it wasn't. So she could end up being in the hospital. So then the hotel can ask her for money. I mean, there are lengths in the amount of what she went to. And even at the end, how she sucked in that reporter and the lawyer to her life was crazy. They were just like, they were convinced that they were the only person who were there to support her and were willing to miss out on family vacations, being with the reporter. I just had a baby. She was busy traveling to Germany for the story when she just had a brand new baby and is still breastfeeding. I mean, it was crazy, but wow. I think it's in her personality that she's so electric, grabs you and hooks you in. And she's not nice, by the way. She would call people names, so entitled. She's very narcissistic and thinking that everybody should stop and do everything for her. Even the way she got on a private jet with no money, she was just like, don't bother me, check with my accountant. Like, seriously. And they just let her. Like, most people like us, common people, there's no way. There is no way. And the way she just, because you look like money and because you act like money, people don't ask questions. Go figure. Go figure. But anyway, have you watched it? Did you like it? Oh my God, I thought it was excellent. If you do like my video, please do give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you again when I'm reviewing another excellent foreign international content. Deuces.